So sorry about doing a midday presentation, but with our warranty and pricing changes going up, there's been a lot of questions, so I want to make sure I took the time now to answer as many questions as I can. Per usual, I'll do a Q&A at the end of this for who's ever watching, but this will obviously be up on our website infinitely. So if you're following along today, you have some questions, please ask, but I want to make sure for the people who have had a ton of questions this week about how they handle ordering warranties, where we are on certain things. I wanted to get this up today, and this will be our live stream for the week, and we'll be back next Thursday or the following Thursday or Friday with more information, more updates. But I think you'll be pretty excited. There's a lot of information in here today. I hope it answers a ton of questions, and again, at the end, we'll do a live stream. So first thing, and I'll get to this, but as you can see, people have asked where are we with different wraps and fades and Cabo and Ensenada and San Felipe wraps. So we have been testing wraps, and I'll get to that in a little bit, but just to show you, I think that's our Cabo wrap. And if you're master number 1234, which there's one out there, I guarantee it. This is not your car. We just chose your wrap to put on the car to make sure everything fits. So I'll get to that in a bit, but I think the critical thing, people want to know about warranty and do they have to pay for it now if they want it? The answer immediately is no, you do not need to pay for your warranty. It can be done at close with financing through Freedom Road, or if you're just paying for it in full. But warranty today, for our two different terms that are available today, are $1,500 and $2,500. They are going up, like I said, considerably to $18,000 and $29.99. But that is effective July 15th. For all our customers that have been waiting to order warranty, there is a way to get it done if you do want the warranty. Obviously, this is the current 12-month warranty. And if you add it to your cart, this would be the process. Please add it to your cart and hit proceed to checkout. Once you do that, this screen will come up. And in this screen, to be able to not pay for it, you'll click check payments. Instead, under credit card, hit the check payment box. You do not need to send us a check. This means it becomes an accounts payable on your side, accounts receivable on our side. When we do your final checkout, you'll have the ability to finance this into your bank financing or pay in full at time of close. If by chance you were an early customer who ordered the warranty and paid for it, and now you're frustrated, wait, I already paid for warranty, I didn't have to. Just give us a call. You're more than welcome to apply that to accessories or whatever we need to do to accommodate you. We've evolved, things evolve, price changes making this happen. We want to accommodate all our customers. So if there's a chance that you are frustrated that you've prepaid for your warranty and you want to change that to different accessories, just give us a call. If you want to get the warranty at the current pricing, please add to your cart, check to the box, and that will help you with your warranty. Mike Coletto brought that up. Mike, thanks for doing so. The consumer questions that we get help us build a better business, and answering them to you guys as often as I can is what I'm trying to do as we get closer to getting cars delivered to consumer. This is something that came up a lot, and you don't need to, since there's a lot of random things and everyone's stressing, I need to call my sales rep to get this done. Please feel free, but as you can tell, based on our inability to answer the phones this last 2 weeks in the manner that we're accustomed to, and I see how many missed calls we're getting. You do not need to call us to add something to your cart. Feel free to, not discouraging that. But if you're stressing you're not going to get something in before July 15th and you can't get your rep, this is the process. When placing an online order, add your accessories, just like we have done here, braking kit, air cushion, flag, paddle tire kit, and a mirror kit. Add it. Again, proceed to checkout. When you go to checkout, this is what's going to happen. This will happen to you on your warranty screen too. At checkout, you have to pick the car. These come in orange. You have to pick the car. So we have a lot of customers. This customer has 4 cars with us. Some customers have 2. Some of you only have 1 up there. But you have to pick which car those accessories are adding to so it updates our system. You don't need to do anything here because by picking one of these numbers, it populates the master ID for us. So please, after you proceed to checkout, click on one of the cars that you have on order with us, and those accessories or warranty or whatnot will attach to it, and then you just proceed to checkout. This is something interesting because we get a lot of calls, and I'm just giving you to avoid questions. Please note that your online account does not account for any changes, so it's not going to say where you deleted a light bar or you added a light bar. It's just going to take this order and add it. So it will end up in our buyer's order. You can always call or email us for an updated buyer's order. That will be sent to you if that's what you need to see. Otherwise, at final checkout, everything has to be confirmed anyways, and we'll be doing that with you. So hopefully that answers. Again, please start writing your questions now if you have them, because at the end I'll go to all of them, and I can even pull back old stuff, but trying to get through as many questions as possible. But again, add to cart, identify what vehicle, select the vehicle, and then you're more welcome to check out. The only items that you can check out on by hitting the pay by check is the warranty. If you are adding a light bar or anything else, please do separate transactions because, the digital bundle, those do have to get paid for to be able to order on your vehicle. Guys, once in a while, because I'm doing this alone today, I'm going to step out and make sure our camera is still on because I can't tell if it's on or off. Perfect. This came up because of price change. Vehicle transfer. So people have sold cars. I think I brought up in the last show. I've had customers, because of the spread between old MSRP and current MSRP, people have made $5,000, $6,000 selling their car. People have bought a bunch of cars just to sell them. I had a customer who bought up 4 or 5 cars and put them all up for sale just so he could profit from the transaction. I'm not stopping that. Sometimes it looks like people are getting out of their cars, but it's actually a lot of the same customers profiting because of price increases. It happens. It happens in automotive industry with deposits for vehicles. It happens in power sports. It's just our industry today with the lack of availability for everybody in the vehicle industry, that people are getting in line and some people want out of line. And since price goes up, people are assuming that position, sometimes at a premium, sometimes at the current value. But here's what happens for our customers if you are in the position that you need to sell your car or you are profiting from selling your car. Because accessory prices are going up, there's only 2 options in that transaction now. The vehicle price is always where it is, and if it had a speed key, it's always locked. That doesn't change. The MSRP won't change for the client. But if the client has already pre-configured the vehicle with light bars and chase bars and crescent toolboxes and bundle kits, whatever, that car has to stay as is for those prices to stay for that customer. If by chance the customer says, I want to build my own car, then what will have to happen is the dollar amount of the accessories that customer purchased in buying the car from you is the credit value that will go on his account, and all those accessories that get added in the new transaction will be at the new price. And you can't pick and choose. You can't keep the old light bar price and add a new chase bar at the new price because the chase bar was in there. It's an all or nothing. They either come over at 100% and nothing has changed, or if one thing has changed, it all goes to new pricing. So there's no other way for us to really account for that. Our system isn't going to let us put some at old, some at new. That's all manual data transactions that create problems for inventory for control, FIFO for accounting, all these different things. So just to give you a heads up, that is the situation if you are one of the people profiting or need to sell your vehicle. Graphic test run. So this is what I was sharing with you, and some of the things we do to be very particular. This vehicle, I'm going to play this video, and this is Rob critiquing the graphics that we installed. Again, this isn't the car 23 that's going to the customer, but we want to choose that. I believe that's a San Felipe wrap or a Cabo wrap. I forget what it is, but we want to see how it all laid out after we sent all the templates over to be printed. So we're printing all these different ones as test runs right now. And this is Rob's comments on it.
So Rob, I want to give you a quick update on this. Down to install this route, let's be bitching. But right here at the back, I don't think this should be white here, black here. And I think that we should come from right here from the tail light down at an angle and meet that in white. So I think this should go white right here. And that should stay white across the back, where that doesn't look finished, looks like it's wrong. And then also this should stay white all the way down here. And then from there to the tail light should stay white. And that'll make the back of it all flare up a lot better. I'll do a photo also. It's the same on both sides. So it's in our file, cut file of what's wrong with that. But this right here should go right here. And I think this little black should throw a little black stripe for that point as well, just a little, just so that kind of stays in there and how that flows. It'll look better if those flow together. All right, and then I don't know if you did this or they manually cut it. I bet they manually cut this, but obviously it's off.
So those are the things we're doing to perfect these graphics. Here's some more. I just did all the different shots, but as we lay them on, any little fine tweaks, because obviously they were in renderings before. A lot of the cars we did were RG editions, were a lot simpler wraps, but as you can see, the graphics, as a manufacturer, to have what I call, it's called variable data, to be able to present variable data into a printer, these NCAD, or I forget the plotters we're using to print all these graphics, but to be able to print these graphics in cut sheets, to be able to have them line up where they work perfectly, is pretty amazing that we have this much customization as a manufacturer, that our cars, when they're out in the dunes, will have such a personality. I'm pretty excited. I did see on a post, because Rob put these up on his social media earlier, that the S's are backwards, or someone was confused on the way the S was supposed to be. All of our logos have always been the Tire Track S in front of Speed. Obviously, driver and passenger, they flip-flop, where the S lands on the driver's side. Obviously, it's on the front side of the driver compartment. It flips. So our logo is constant. Everyone's logo is always constant. You don't have a left and right logo. You might have a black and white logo, so for black backgrounds or white backgrounds, but logos are consistent, and we're staying consistent with our logo. So if there's any confusion on that, this is how all our logos will always be. Rock lights and dome lights. So we've had evolution in our chassis harness, the new roof harness kit that gives you the integration to a future lit mirror, a dome light, and to attach the rear chase bar for signals, for hazard signals, brake lights, and running lights. We have had to change our wiring on our chassis to all fender wells. So originally our rock lights, and if you have an issue with this, please contact us. We can either credit you for your rock lights, or if you're happy with it, leave it alone. But you're gonna get a rock light in each fender well, all four wheels. That's how the car is wired. And now with the new wiring harness for the roof harness, you'll have access to install a dome light in that harness. It's just a 2-pin connector, and you can plug a dome light in there. These, we have had customers who've ordered 2 sets of rock lights, but they always knew they'd be able to put a rock light anywhere else in the car. They would have to wire it. We do have power in a lot of places that you could pull from, but in general, if you ordered 2 sets, you have the 4 come on the wheel wells. The other sets is wherever you'd like to place them. It's not, you'll be getting those just on delivery via in the glove box of your car for later install. We'll just check on the camera again, guys. It's all good. Freedom Road Financial, I want to walk through this process because you've had a lot of people ask sales tax and rates and how's it going to work. So I think we've shared in the past that 30 days prior to us knowing we're going to build your car, or knowing we're going to deliver your car, we will contact you. Your sales team will reach out. They'll go through the process of securing, all the proper documentation to do your bank loan, or if you're paying through a different bank, and if you're paying through a credit union, because credit union might have a better rate. And please contact us if you have credit unions. We're trying to keep our portfolio consistent. We know what all the credit unions, we know what Cuddle is doing in credit union pricing. So if we are off at all, and we're trying to make sure we capture and control our portfolio of customers and our portfolio of lending. So if by chance during close you can say, hey, I found something out through my bank, have the bank send us something. We'll submit it to Freedom Road and say, what can we do? In many cases, there might not be anything we can do, but it's worth a shot. So I mean, it's a competitive industry at the pricing we're financing. These are phenomenal rates, 4.99 for up to 36 months. Most of our customers, I gotta believe, are in tier 1 and 2 tier credit. It's 685 and above, just based on the price of our car, and that it's not the price of our UTV, and this is a toy. I'm assuming most of our customers have great credit rating. And then the other part is that because of what we've done with deposits and accessories, your loan to value is probably 70 to 60%, which is incredible. Most power sports is 0 to 5% down when they get these loans. So there's a lot of work here. You'll be able to see this later. It'll be follow it later if you need to look at your rates. But these are the different rates. They can go out as far as 84 months to get the payments way down. It's up to your discretion. We have the ability to finance in warranty. We have the ability to finance in GAP. We have the ability to finance in theft. There's all those ancillary F&I products you'll be able to finance in with Freedom Road. Freedom Road, and I want to put a shout out to their team and Tom Collins who made this happen, but they're the one bank that is financing Speed UTV. We have an exclusive partnership. Down the road, once we're in NADA and the different books where other banks might be able to loan, that'll be up to dealers, but our partnership direct with Speed UTV is with Freedom Road Financial. Same thing we did with TCF with our dealers. We have a partnership with TCF for all our dealer flooring. This has also been asked a lot. How is sales tax paid? Since we are shipping out of state, we're a North Carolina company. So with the exception of North Carolina, if you bought a car and it's shipping into North Carolina, this does not apply to you. But if you are any other state, our relationship with Freedom Road is we provide them an MSO and we sign over the MSO to them with Freedom Road as the lien holder on the back. For you to be able to turn that into a title, you have to go down to your DMV and pay the appropriate sales tax. Part of your contract with Freedom Road is that you have to go do that. There is ways to help facilitate that for you, but just so you know, we are not collecting that at transaction level. That is your responsibility to your state, and you're responsible to Freedom Road. Buyer's orders and new accessories. So I want to show this because people ask us, and as much as we're very, I think, close to our customer base, we also can't be in the position of creating phony documents for tax purposes. So this is what the end of your transaction looks like. It shows the manufacturer's price, if you had accessories, how the vehicle is priced equipped, the dock fee, the delivery fee, and the grand total. The grand total, and I might be wrong, guys, dock fee and delivery fee might not be a taxed product, but definitely this $32,975 is a taxed product, and that is what we submit to Freedom Road. Obviously, we have a full funding amount because the balance due is only $21,442. That's all that will be financed. But as far as taxes to the state level, it's all going to be based off prices equipped. Had a lot of questions in regards to enclosed cab, and I want to bring some clarity to that. So we've had people, and these are random MSRPs, just so you get an example. We had people who bought LFAs at 33, 35, 38, 41, whatever your MSRP was when you made a deposit, and if you made it for an enclosed, that MSRP will always be your MSRP. The difference will be if our estimated cost over MSRP, so when we finish the car, and today's car of an LFA is $40K, and an enclosed is $48. That $8,000 difference, that $8,000 is going to be added to your 33. So if you are very fortunate to have a 33K four-seater and it turns into a enclosed, your price will be $41 on the enclosed if it's an 8K increase. And you'll be able to see that because you'll be able to see what the MSRP is for the current four-seater and the model year we're building it, and you'll be able to see the current MSRP of the current enclosed. And when that happens, the delta will be what is added to your original MSRP. So hopefully that answers your questions. Unfortunately, I would tell you there's no reason to go configure an accessorized, even though the prices are going up. This car is still, I would say, if you're lucky, it's next spring or summer, based on us having to get all these cars out already to the customers and getting this in line. So I highly recommend, based on where we are, turn it into a non-enclosed cab and enjoy your car and get back in line because the prices are going up so much, but that is up to you. But just to make people comfortable, whatever your MSRP is, when you negotiated your deposit, add the spread. It might not be 8K, it could be 7, it could be 9, whatever it is, that is going to be the difference we'll add to your MSRP, and that will be that car. I'm going to check again, make sure we're running. Still running. So everyone's asked, where are we going with pricing? So here is the new pricing for the different models, the base levels, the LEs, and the RGs, to give you an idea. What I want to share with you, and I'll just leave this up, I don't need to run through all the different pricing, is truly the difference in a base car. The base car is going to change a ton going forward. It will not come with IPB shocks. It will not come with beadlock wheels. It will come with plastic seats. It will not come with a roof. The graphics is going to be a very simple graphic kit. I gotta stop for a second. So there'll be a list of what is not included on that car, but realize it is a very dumbed down car, and that is why the base price is so significantly different than the LE when all these great components, now granted you have the same motor, you have the same chassis, but a lot of the high-end components that are coming on the LEs and the RGs will not be included in the base. We are looking at the different options on seat costings, on wheel and tire packages, all the different things to figure out what we're going to do there. We've achieved the price point that allows us to be competitive. I still think today, and I'll show this later, that our vehicles are still, even in LE product, is equal to the highest end of our competition, and these are just tiers far greater. We have the highest horsepower, we have the tallest tires, we still have the biggest shocks, I mean all these different things that we have. But what's included, when you just look at 4 carbon fiber seats, that's $3,000 in MSRP or more in seats, and we're going to switch to $80 seats. So that's $2,700 swing. We're going to go from shocks that easily are $1,500 a corner down to shocks that are $500 a corner. If we take the internal bypass out of our shock, if we take the compression, high speed and low speed out of our shock, we knocked a lot of money out of the cost of our shock. That is another $4,000 just in shocks. So just in shocks and seats, it's $7,000. The roofs, I forget how much a roof is, but let's just say a roof is another $1,000 if window nets aren't included. It just keeps adding up very quickly. So the best value package we offer is the LE, but for a lot of people, this is still better than any of our competitors as an accessorized vehicle, and it's still a phenomenal product. It's just we've had to dumb down a lot of the high-end accessories to allow us to be competitive and not be an unattainable. For a lot of people, this is a very expensive toy, and I think we fit that market. I mean, there's a market that will always exist for the highest level of something, and we want to be that brand. But we want to make sure we always have something for what we consider every consumer. So we get grief that we're not 64 inches wide. I don't know when we're going to there for every consumer, but I can tell you this is our way to stay in the game. So anybody who's looking at our competitors' cars can do a side-by-side comparison and go, wow, we still have a 30%, 40% better equipped car, but don't forget the performance, the safety, and what the chassis durability is like. So hopefully that answers the questions there. I did put these up just so you can see. You know, this is a turbo 2-seater. So a turbo 2-seater is 34K. We're 34K. I'm sorry, we're 32K on a Bandit. Again, it comes with plastic seats. It doesn't come with beadlock wheels. It does come with ride command shocks, but you know, there's a lot of things that our cars have. More horsepower. This only has 180 horsepower. We're 225. You know, our 10-inch digital dash. All the different things that separate our car in the whole. But I just want to go through these quickly so you have them to compare. The 4-seater's 38 in the base unit, and our 4-seater in the base unit is 43. Is 34. So, you know, there's a lot here, and if you keep going to the bigger cars, you know, these are the new Turbo R Ultimates, so this would be their highest end vehicle that they produce. Still doesn't come with beadlocks, still comes with plastic seats, but it has a bigger suspension now. At least we're into the 72 suspension range. It does have the Fox live valve, the 3.0s, which is the bigger shock, not the 2.0 shock. So I'd say this compares pretty much to our base car. So 35.2 on a 2-seater. Sorry, our base Bandit is 32 and our LE is 41. So 6K more than their car, their highest end car. But our car there comes with carbon fiber seats. It comes with a roof. It comes with internal bypass shocks. Everything that separates this from our competition. So this goes along a lot. I did it also on the new Pro R, which is, you know, getting up even higher in the mid 40s. And I also did it. I listed all the different accessories to make their cars come equivalent. You know, if you go on Polaris' sites these days or Can-Am sites, they've kind of followed our lead where you can buy accessory packages and have it custom. So they have all these different products, which I think is great. People are getting to personalize their car. But if you start adding these to those other numbers, you can see that The speed UTV value proposition I think only gets better. Can-Am, I was surprised that some of the pricing is still where it is, but 31K for a two-seater, that's exactly where we are for our base unit. And this is a 72 wide, so I think Can-Am's pricing is a little bit more consistent with ours. Polaris is a little bit higher, but as you can tell, as we start getting into our LE models, our cars, and even our base cars, come with full doors. Some very different pieces to separate these cars. And I think at the end of the day, what we've done is try to make sure we give you the best product we can at the best price we can, and provide you an amazing opportunity to drive something that I don't think's really been out there. So I'm going to switch over to Facebook and for Q&A and see what I might have missed in this presentation. Sorry, let's see if I can find it. All my emails up, guys. I'll get there. One second, I think I'm almost there. Wrong one. That's the group. I'll start trying to go through these questions as much as I can. Any day on final production in Texas. Zach, we've answered this every week. We have started manufacturing. We are scheduled to hopefully be ahead of schedule, but right now we're trying to get as many cars to consumer by Sandsport show to make that a great turnout, a great marketing opportunity, and then finish out all our back-ordered cars before the end of the year. Robert Hall, when can early number have these expect to see the 30-day notice? Robert, if we're going to be delivering cars September 15th to Sandsports, I'd say we'll start calling customers by August 15th. So probably a month from now you start hearing from us. It's that long. I can't hold credit approval any longer than that. Freedom Road gave us 45 days, but I'm guessing mid-August you'll start hearing from us. For rear intercoms, where are the headsets going to plug in? Yeah, JP, those intercoms are two jacks right in the center console, right by driver side and passenger side knees. So they'll be right there. Our existing base orders coming with economy shocks or new orders. James, we've always on base units had to evolve what the vehicle was going to have. Tires, wheels, everything was never published. So we are updating that. And as soon as we actually get the exact final configuration of what all base cars have, those will be the configuration on all base vehicles. If you care to choose to upgrade to an LE, you still have time to upgrade to an LE, and hopefully we can answer that here in the next week or so a little bit more. Andy Mack, oh wait, thanks Jay. Sorry, this is moving too fast. Any news on a full? Quentin, any news on a full production El Diablo? Quentin, those are all the pictures you're seeing are full production cars. We're just assembling them overseas before we come back, just because Rob's still there. He's going to be there for at least 2 more weeks. Anything that we're building there is a final production part. The only thing, like I showed you today, is a little tweak in graphics, but every part on it, every motor part, everything, that's why they're assembling there, to make sure every component we've ordered from anywhere is actually fit, finish, and right. Bolts on properly, no interference. So hopefully that answers your calls. Well, the cars have full-size batteries. Dennis, it has a UTV battery. It sits between the driver and passenger seat. If it's a two-seater, the rear seat's between the rear. So it's just a normal UTV battery. There isn't a ton of room to put a bigger battery in there the way everything fits. We're looking at the ability to find a way to do a remote, but that's not going to happen in this first round of production cars. Odyssey Batteries is a partner of ours. We're working with them today on a bigger aftermarket battery, but I don't see that happening in the next 6 months. Not that you can't find a way to put a bigger battery in yourself, but what comes in a UTV is coming in this. These cars, that's Dennis. Any news on full production? Oh, I got through them all already. That's pretty awesome. What comments? I think that's all I got, guys. For some reason, I can't open any more comments. I thought I could do this. But if I missed anything, I'll try to reply to them later. But I think I answered everyone's questions. I don't know why normally I can see all the comments that come up, but for whatever reason it's blocking it. Usually I can just add, see more comments. Hey, oh, they're still coming in. Nate, any updates on debut race? I think our focus is on the cars right now, Nate. So if we have everything dialed in and we can, I can't even see us, me and Rob trying to, I doubt I'll be at the 1,000 with as many cars we have to ship this year. I'd love to be down there racing and using these cars to pre-run, but we'll see how that turns out. If we're in between shipments and cars are being manufactured and Rob and I can sneak down there for a week to go racing, that'd be great. I know Max has got his eyes set on getting out of the double X and into the Speed UTV El Diablo. So as soon as we can, it'd be great. I know the UTV Worlds are moving to California this year, so our goal is to be there and make a great presence. So hopefully I can get done shipping all my customers' cars and get back to enjoying this industry. What numbers are you? Sorry. So do you think Diablo's be out there? Quentin, our goal is to make sure anybody who ordered a car as a pre-order, be it a consumer or dealer, gets cars before the end of the year. What numbers how many gallons does the Pyro fuel cell hold? Rick, I'd have to check our website. I know it's listed there. I think it's for the El Diablo, not the Bandit, not the El Jefe. It's a 35-gallon race cell. So it's a saddle cell that sits behind the seats. Robert, spare parts will not be available before cars ship. They'll be available when cars ship. So as soon as cars are going to customers, you'll be able to order from dealer or online our spare parts. Jared Hughes, can we get the warranty and add it to finance it in current pricing? Jared, I covered that in the presentation. So if you go back and watch this after we get done, there's a whole way to do that. And yes, you can. It shows you exactly how to do that. How many gallons? It's a Pyro. On the digital budget plug, does it include the actual belt temp sensor? Yes, it does. The only thing it doesn't include is wired for the dome light. It doesn't include the dome light. Will the rear camera integrate with a shifter? I don't think so, Mark. I haven't got the answer to that. Someone asked that last week. I don't know if you put it in reverse if it's going to turn on the camera or not. I think the cameras are always just hot fed through CAN bus into the dash, and you need to toggle your screen. I don't know if it's automatically going to switch screens. I'll have to talk to engineering on that. Scroll up, Todd. Andy Mack, thanks for the heads up. Oh, how do I do that? I scroll up and that's all that happens. That's my scroll up, Andy. Will Speed 35s void warranty? If we sell it and it's a Speed part, with the exception of the Speed key, because Speed key does void the warranty unless you buy the aftermarket warranty. Anything we sell will not void a warranty with the exception of the Speed key, and that's why we sell the aftermarket warranty to cover it. Military discounts, David, we haven't been able to do any discounts yet. We actually keep increasing pricing. Once we deliver cars to consumer and we have a constant price that we feel comfortable with, we will go back and assess first responders, military, everything we should be doing to support the people who support our country. Mike, 14 spoke wheels will be available. You can order them now. They're online. So they've always been online to order. They only ship with the car. We're not shipping, to be fair, we're trying not to ship any product to consumer before a car comes out. I know we have Speed UTV 33-inch tires in Anaheim that we've helped a few people out just because they've been loyal customers, but we're trying to just build all that inventory so we have parts for everybody when they come here, when the cars come. Oh, Zach, full screen. Maybe that might be the trick. Keep trying though. Can you get the belt time sensor without the bundle? Matthew Johnson. Matthew, no, you cannot. Currently, what happens is the bundle, we have to turn on modules in the dash. It's really not about the sensor, it's about the dash. So we order the dashes for these first cars fully bundled, so all the features can be added. That's why we're asking the customers who want that, because we have to switch out the dashes. Later, after car is shipped, you'll be able to go to the dealer and have the bundle, the modules turned on, but you're going to pay a dealer fee to have that done, an hourly rate plus the cost of the bundle. So if you're thinking about doing it, I'd say make sure we get it done now, because the cost will probably be prohibitive later. Can we get the stubs to attach to the A-arms for the electric jack? Yeah, it's a bumpy road. Those are in the jack mount kit. If you order the mount kit, which allows the AGM jack to sit on top of the tire, that mount comes with them. We have not sold them separately, but it's an AGM product. They have them in stock as well. So if you just said, I'm going to go get my own mounts, we'll eventually have them, but just trying to keep everything as simple as we can right now. We're just doing these packages, and down the road things will be broken up instead of being these bundles or assemblies. They'll be later, but obviously as you unbundle things become more expensive. Stan, if we order the dome lights, is that affected by the bundle if we don't get the bundle? So yeah, the dome lights, I covered that earlier. The dome lights, rock lights are now in each wheel well. We do not have it in the dome. The new roof harness also attaches to the rear chase bar. That replaces the dome light that was in there. Will the car be pre-wired for a kill cut switch? That is just your ignition key. Is the 15th the last day of the current prices? Shay, yeah, that's it. Prices go up on the 15th. That hopefully we are locked on prices through the end of 2022. But yeah, it is. All prices will be going up. The 12 o'clock on the 14th will be the last time prices is there. I'm gonna try this full screen one more time. I don't know where to hit that, and I apologize for my my ignorance on this stuff. But I'm gonna scroll down a little bit more and see if it's somewhere else that I can make this easier. I don't know how to go to full screen. Sorry about this, guys. We're running out of talent on this. So I'll just go back to answer what I can, because for some reason this won't let me find full screen. But I got 72 comments right there that I can't see. Well, sometimes we have great success with this, and a lot of times failures. Bottom right are the two arrows. Hang on a sec, Dennis. Where is that? There's no two arrows down there, Dennis. Anyone else get any feedback for this my skill set? That'd be great, but I'll keep reading. I don't see any two arrows over here. You guys are making me look foolish, working all over my screen. Yeah, this isn't full screen though. This is another post. Hover over the live feed. I love this. This is the best play-by-play ever. Oh, look at that. What's it come up? But for whatever reason, it's blocking it. No. Usually I can just see more questions. Let me turn this volume down. Oh, they're still coming in. Nate, any updates on debut race? I think our focus is on the cars right now, Nate. So if we have everything dialed in and we can, I can't even see us being wrong. All right, that was actually pretty awesome. And to have the technical support from my customers out there, we'll have to go back to the beginning and see if I missed any. Okay. John Pippins, what's going on with Hot MSU? I've answered that before, and I'll make it entertaining just because it's been asked again. We have two options: either focus on cars or focus on doing TIs on a dealership. We started doing the dealership, and we got grief because we weren't focusing on the cars. So now we're focusing on the cars. That facility will be open as a delivery center as we deliver cars, and as soon as we get customers taken care of, and we can focus on finishing out that facility. But we own it right now. It's stacking up inventory. It's got semis in there. It's got spare parts in there, and poor Max has ripped up all the floors, and it's ready. We got our permits maybe a month or two ago, but we're not going to touch that building until people get cars. I think that's the right thing to be doing. Let's see. I'm just reading through some of the ones I've already answered. Corey, listen, is there a cutoff to add the tire pressure sensor, belt tip sensor package? The 15th, well, actually on that bundle, the price is, that's the only SKU that's not going up, but depending on when your car is being built, if you don't have it ordered by the time your car is built, and for a lot of people, they've already secured their car cutoff, and it's been submitted to manufacturing, that is your cutoff date. So I would check with your rep, Corey, and make sure your rep advises you on when's the last time you can order. For most people, it's already done. And that's why we're letting you add till the 15th. For export purposes, Alfred, can we get the certificate of origin? Yeah, you can get the MSO, or it's called an MCO that we provide because we're an off-road vehicle. You can get that as soon as car is paid for. We'll have it in hand. Car is paid for, we pass it over to you. Ken, is there an easy way to connect the battery or bus bar to a charger while parked in the garage? If you've seen our car on demo, we actually did that. We actually have just a battery terminal hooked onto the battery as it sits there, and anytime we're done with a dealer meeting or at a dealer, we plug it in because we run the radio and run the lights, and just we've had a couple situations where we killed the battery at a dealer show, we couldn't start the car. So yes, just normal battery tender and plug right in. If I got a base, David Ray, if I got a base, any option to not install base graphics? Sorry, all cars come with graphics installed, David, and they are a serious pain to remove. I've had to remove them in the past on other cars that we just re-graphicked, and that 3M glue is a nightmare. You can take the graphic off fairly easy, but removing that 3M to get the surface back to that neutral sheen that it has so you can stick to it, that's the harder part. This is all my advice on how to turn the screen on. Appreciate that. Brian Jacobson, will be able to set warnings for tire pressure. I'm looking into what we have. Unfortunately, I think it's going to be a preset in the dash. Not that you can change it, because everyone's who's going to run 5, who's going to run 10, who's going to run 20. It's going to have a preset PSI, which is a flat tire kind of rating. So if you're running and you're rock crawling with 5 or 7 PSI, but that's going to be our limit of low air tire pressure. So the idiot light will come on at a certain PSI, but I don't think you'll be able to configure it independently. Mike, you're laughing at me, buddy. I helped you out. I got you all your, Mike Coletto's giving his nice little smile here. I got you all your information and you give me that smile. Thanks, Mike. Hey, I appreciate all the support actually you guys have always given us. Dan Morey, my Diablo is ordered from Nash Mesa. Will I be able to take delivery in Havasu? No, you will not. If you order a car from a dealer directly, those cars have to be, because you're paying the dealer, you're doing everything from the dealer. Those cars have to go through the dealer. You can make an arrangement with the dealer, and we can work with them directly, but we cannot speak for what the dealer chooses to do with your transaction. That is directly through the dealer. Bill Nash is a great guy. So maybe you set delivery, but we still have it out of Havasu, so you can come and join us for a great time. We're not going to prevent anyone from coming to Havasu and experiencing what we're going to do out there. So even if you pick your car up at Nash and you want to drive out and hang out with us for 3 days, that's more than welcome. We're trying to make that a great time. So Dan, you asked us, will dealer pre-orders be delivered? Yeah, if a dealer has a master number, and I know Nash Power Source does. I mean, if you look at the coins, they have really early master numbers. So does Edge Power Sports and Cars and City Motorsports. And I mean, I'd say a lot of our dealers have early numbers. They're just like a consumer. If they have a master number, it gets built based on the master number. So you will see some dealers. There's a lot of dealers, say half our dealers that are outside of the 3,500 cars. There's some that are within it. And it just depends when they bought. Go to Colorado to Sun or All Terrain. Those guys all bought early cars, so it just depends where their master number is. So if you have a master number that you bought from a dealer and it's master number 56, even though it's from a dealer, you're going to get master number 56 built. Would you have an option to pick up our cars versus closest delivery location per speed. So I don't know if I'm answering this right, but we will deliver to predominantly to your local dealer. We'll do dealer events. You have Havasu, and in the rarest occasion, it'll be direct to door. If like, we have some people in the northeast of New England that we didn't sell a lot of cars to, and we think that personal touch of delivering right to your door is going to happen. So we'll make arrangements on that. So I hope that answers your question, Quentin. Can you post past shows on the Speed website? It's been a while seeing your screenshots. You mean the PowerPoint presentations? I'll have to get that to Rob Harris and see if I can get that loaded. And I apologize on that. I've done the last 3 shows, and Rob usually does most of the shows. So when he does most of the shows, that whole team loads everything. I'm just trying to make sure I keep you guys current, and I think this Q&A answers a ton of stuff for everybody. So if worst case scenario, you have to watch this twice and zoom ahead, I apologize, but I'll try to figure out how to get these PowerPoints loaded. David Haas, the windshield fits all models. It's the same front cage on every single car. The only thing that separates our cars is the mid cage. So Bandit and 4-seater, all we do is put a mid cage in, and same thing with El Diablo. So all the cages are the same. Brian, Andy Mack question was this: if we are paying cash and picking up in Havasu or Sandspits, will we receive an MSO? As soon as the car is paid for, you can have your MSO. I hope that answers the question. Mark James, if I pick my El Diablo up in Havasu, can I register it? Mark, you can do whatever the state allows you, and whatever the requirements by state. We are selling an off-road vehicle. Obviously, there's many states that allow you to convert that to an on-street vehicle. That's up to the state. That's something that we don't control. Will the windshield interfere with window nets? No, the windshield does not interfere with window nets. The windshield actually has pre-cutouts already in the windshield frame for the window net mounts, and it clears perfectly. Todd Hugans, you must have seen my cars in the past, because yes, I have wrapped my roofs. I don't know if that's possible. There's so many random graphics out there. I don't know if I can get a standard graphic that will look with every car. But yeah, the roof wraps have turned out really nice. I'll look into that. Thanks for the great idea. Hey, Adam Wills, what question did I skip? Oh, the base models, I answered that already. And I'm not calling you out here. I'm just trying to figure out what I missed, because I've tried to go through every one. I answered that earlier on base models. We'll get back to everybody on what's included. I tried to go through that. The shocks are not going to be there. The race shocks, the V-lock wheels won't be there. The 33-inch tires won't be there. The car is a base car. We've done that, and it's always been that way, that we would come up with what's been left. We've had a lot of customers over the years over the last year and a half say, hey, what's my seats going to be like? And I always say it's not going to be the race seat. And what tires are coming with it? And we say it won't be speed tires, and what shocks and all these different things. So as we've now figured out what we're going to do on that base car, I said this earlier, it's going to be a detuned, but still probably significantly better, not detuned engine, but detuned components. It'd still be significantly better than I think our competition's high-end cars. But it's a price point so we can have everyone get in our car. If you think you want all the high-end stuff, switch to an LE. So I hope that answered your question, Adam. Any names of dealers in Michigan? Roger, I apologize. I know we have a bunch up in the UOP, so if you don't mind emailing us at the Speed UTV contact, I will have myself or someone reply to who the closest dealers are up. I know we have dealers up in the thumb, so please, Roger, email us at the Speed UTV contact off our website, and I'll make sure you understand where those dealers are. Jim, are they in production yet? I've been showing that earlier, so I don't know where you caught in with this, but all the cars that you're seeing are all brand new production cars. So if you have to scroll back and watch the beginning of this video. Sorry, I'm trying not to scroll ahead on anybody. Noel Casilla, I think I just answered your question on shocks. So yes, if you want high-end shocks, upgrade to an LE. That gets you the carbon fiber seats, it gets you roofs, all the different things that come. It's a significant difference for sure. Will accessories be available at Havasu? Yeah, Jared, if you didn't buy accessories ahead of time, there will be like paddle tires and spare wheels and tires. There'll be some. Online we'll have shipped to consumer. Dealers will have accessories. So when we stop shipping cars, everything's going to be there for people to buy, be it cash and carry at pickup or through online portals or your dealers. Steve Abbott, thanks, buddy. Hope it's not too hot in Vegas. Will the El Jefe, Nick Barrett, will the El Jefe be wired for a pumper kit? So there's power everywhere, and if you order our pumper kit, it comes pre-wired. So the trick to the pumper is just getting power to it. We have power everywhere in the car. The leads on the pumpers that we have from both rugged and PCI already have the proper length leads. It also has the proper pigtails on it, which are very different than theirs. So if you're buying a pumper or any type of product, we use a very different power connection. Our 2-pin power connection looks more like a trailer, a battery tender plug. So even our products that come from PCI and rugged, they actually have our own connections on it to match our chassis harnesses. So if you have a current pumper system, you're going to have to modify your wiring harness on your pumper to integrate with the wiring harness on our chassis. So if you haven't ordered ours because it's specific to our car. Sorry, I'm trying to scroll back up. Those came in pretty fast. Mark Johnson, what's the projection for mass numbers delivered by Sandsworth? Mark, it's evolving. I hope it's a massive amount because that only makes us look bigger. It's a very dicey window for us. So I'd love to tell you it's going to be 100 cars. It could be 30 cars with 300 cars the next week. So as we get closer, customers will get their phone calls for what cars are going to be delivered or at Sandsports. We also just found out there might be a technicality of you leaving with your car, because if I deliver it at a show, I might have to collect sales tax, which we're not supposed to do. So I might actually have to go to Sandsports and go back to Havasu. A lot of variables on that, but making a presence in Sandsports, having customers get to see their cars that they ordered, that's the biggest part of what we're working on right now to make sure that that we kick off the season with a big bang, and I can't even imagine the industry and what that will do. So as you can see, that puts a lot of pressure on our shoulders to deliver, and we work on that every day. So as we get closer, you get the phone calls. Customers will know what we're doing and the timing of every delivery. Carl Sykes, can you get a Bandit model LE 72 wide? No, you cannot. Right now, Bandits only come base 72, and yeah, no LEs or RGs are all 77s. Sorry, Carl. Raul Gutierrez, so the LE has different shocks from the base model. Yeah, Raul, and Raul's a phenomenal driver. I just saw your post the other day on you updating your car and your sponsors, so congratulations, get back to racing. But yeah, Raul, the LE and the RG come with the IPB shocks, the internal bypass shocks that with the piggyback reservoirs, the fin piggyback reservoirs with high speed and low speed compression and rebound. So hope that answers your question. Manny Valenzuela, I think I said that right, Manny. Yeah, 8K is nothing when you think of all that you're getting, but 8K is a lot to some people. So we're trying to be price conscious. So thank you for the props there. Andy McNeil, does the LE come pre-wired for an intercom and light bars or whatnot? Adam, if you order the accessories from us, they come installed and wired. If you don't order the accessories from us, there is power in many locations, but obviously you're going to have to get the power from wherever your lead is on, like say your chase bar or light bar or whatever you buy, not from us, down to where we have power. And again, remember our hot side of our chassis, our power side of our chassis, is not the same power core that every supplier has. So Rigid has their own light bar wiring harness. Baja has one. Everyone has their own. So as we built our car, we have them that mate, but that's up to you to change. Let's go back. Quentin, the last episode we showed pictures of the winch mounted, but not with the badge. Sorry, I didn't read the rest of it. Yeah, it's mounted, but I didn't show the new dash with the badge move, but we had the lead fairing in it, all hard mounted in the chassis. So if you didn't see that, go back and watch the last episode, and you'll get to see that installed. Bumpy Road, I plan on removing the nets from the time to time depending on, man, that was fast. From time to time depending on the ride surfaces, we also get the brackets to attach the mirrors. Bumpy Road, if we install it, if you ordered window nets, The mirrors will be on the window nets. It won't come with the brackets. That I can't even imagine how hard that will be to try to get every little piece that didn't come. So I would say no on that for now, but maybe that will change as we get towards delivery. And maybe at delivery, that's something easy to get you some brackets. But if it comes installed, it comes installed and it's done. That's why we're doing all the install. We're absorbing the cost of the labor, but also facilitating not needing to box stuff, ship stuff. There's a lot of benefits of us installing to you guys, the extra freight, you can imagine inbound freight, outbound freight, all the things that come, the different taxes that you have to pay, different storage and inventory, all these different things. So trying to make installing these as best we can. Jason started speed website shows same shocks on base as LED under the description. Yeah, Jason, that's all changing. That's keep getting that. We finally come out with what the LED is going to have, what the base is going to have for product, and you'll see that updated as we update the pricing. One car's delivered. Hey Dewey, how are you, buddy? I don't know if you're still in Havasu, but if you are, I hope it's all well. I look forward to seeing you, Dewey. When cars delivered, will we get the extra products at that time? Yeah, Stan. When cars delivered, if there's any accessories on premise that you can cash and carry, you can take that with you. Otherwise, you can order it online. Jeremiah Bellew. So all the cars have the same shocks. I have an LE coming. That's the main reason jumping. Yes. So Jeremiah, if you have an LE or an RG, you get the race shocks, the internal bypass shocks. It's the base unit that's an issue. On trying to separate the MSRP price to be competitive with our competition, we have to dumb down those cars. Shocks are very expensive. Carbon fiber seats are very expensive. There's a bunch of things. So I've gone through that a few times. When we update the pricing, you'll see what's included or what's changed, but I've pretty much shared everything that's going to change on it. Bumpy Road, yeah, no problem. Thank you, guys. And that was long. I appreciate everyone tuning in. I'm pretty sure this is going to stay up for a while and be revisited. Share it with your friends. Hopefully I answered a lot of questions. And we'll go from there. Have a great day.